Hello everyone. Welcome back to All My Friends with me, Paul. I am joined today by Michael from Bridge Road. He's my Canberra rep. We thought because it's July, we would do a little video on Dry July and non-alcoholic beers. Being one of my favourite is Bridge Road's Free Time. Free Time. Free Time. It's a pale ale. I drink quite a few of these throughout the years, especially when I'm trying the heavier beers and 8-9%. You can't drink more than one of those, and these are a good substitute afterwards. So Free Time is a pale ale, non-alcoholic beers. I mean, they've been around for a long time. Monks were making them, like your Belgian monks, the Trappist monks. Even they did that for fasting. They made bread water. Then we can get to Prohibition in America. Great time in US history, taking alcohol off people. They made basically like a malt soda, which was pretty terrible. You ask me, I've tried a few of them. You can get after like post-World War II, where in England, they were making non-alcoholic beers for health and religious reasons. Then I guess you get to the 90s, where the big macro breweries, the big ones, were making zero alcoholic beers that tasted really close to water. And then the craft brewery scene kind of got a hold of it, and they started to make beers that actually taste like beers with zero alcohol. So let's pour a wee bit of this. There is, what's in this one? Enigma, Simcoe, and Citra?
Citra.
Yeah.
There we are. So still
It's a
leaving a
beer.
bit hazy on that one, which is great. Touch of haziness in there. Kind of locks in that really big, full-flavoured beer, but at a lower bitterness as well. The great thing is it still has that like really great citrus and big tropical notes coming through.
Straight off the nose, you get that you get that malt bang, and you get the hops coming through. It smells like a pale ale. Now there's a few ways that you can do this with beer. I mean, I guess the first is some soda water. The first way that, especially in the Prohibition kind of era, was what they would do is dilute the beer. Make non-alcoholic beers, and they taste much like you'd expect. It tastes more like water than it does beer. So dilute it right down. Then you've got a process called dealcoholization, big word, dealcoholization, which is basically using heat or a vacuum to distill the alcohol out. It works, but if you ask me, it sacrifices flavor. You have another technique called, what would I call it? Arrested fermentation or halting fermentation, which is fermenting the beer, but then halting it before any alcohol is produced. And then you've got the craft beer kind of method, which is using yeasts, very special yeast that has been cultivated, and what they do is they eat sugars, but they don't eat the sugars that turn sugars into alcohol. So you get those esters coming through that you're drinking a beer, but yeah, you get no alcohol. So this is, I'm sure this is how Bridge Road do most of theirs, right? With the, I forget which safe ale yeast it is, but it's a very particular yeast that leaves all the flavour but doesn't produce the alcohol.
Yeah.
And I think that's a kind of a craft beer. It wasn't the big breweries doing that. It was definitely the craft beer revolution I guess it started in America to the UK and Australia. New Zealand's picked up on it. But there was those kind of three countries that were doing it first. And
definitely being a bit more conscientious about drinking nowadays, which is great.
Yes, well, this is the first time I've had, here I have it on a can, but it's July and I will have it on tap all July. Because it's Dry July. It's the first time in All My Friends history that we've put a non-alcoholic beer on tap. I always have two in the fridge. I have an ale and a lager. Always have non-alcoholics in my fridge and package. But it's become quite a big thing here in Canberra. I'm not sure about the other territory and states. But in Canberra, Dry July is a big thing. People get behind it. I'm not sure if it's for the health reasons or the altruistic kind of reasons it was started. Dry July was started, don't quote me on this, late 2000s by a couple of lads that wanted to raise money for cancer.
Definitely.
I believe. I think that's true. Someone correct me if I'm wrong about that. But yeah, in the last 10, 15 years, people have got really, really behind it in Canberra. More to the point that I I thought, well, let's put one on tap, and why not do my favourite, the free time. So once we get through this keg, I even have one of their stouts, which is non-alcoholic as well. So once we get through this keg, which probably will be this week, we'll put a dark beer on as well, which I'm looking forward to because it's a cracking beer. You know me,
amazing.
I love my dark beers, and that one should be quite good this time of year in Canberra winter. Sunny Canberra winter. It's a lovely sunny day today. So I think that's where we'll kind of leave it. I just wanted to do a short video on one of my favourite non-alcoholic beers. And if you are doing Dry July, or if you're just looking after your health or thing, like, come on in to all my friends, and you will find it on tap. You'll find it on tap 2, I believe. It'll be there all month until it runs out, and then we'll have their stout on. So on that note, let's just give it a recap. It smells like a beer. You get those juicy tropical notes. It is very low bitterness as well. Like for a pale, I think that's one of the main factors when I have a drink of it. It's like, oh, it's like got all these. It's almost like a NEPA.
Yep.
Where you're like
soft tropical notes coming through on that one.
There's like zero, like I wouldn't say zero bitterness, but it's the IBUs would be bloody low on this one.
Cracking.
So on that note, Michael, thank you for joining me.
No worries. Thank you for having me, as always.
Again, Bridge Road Free Time. Check it out. Great beer. To all my friends, we'll see you next time.